Boom. Hopefully you should be able to see it. So the pick in order will be Link, I think. Link, Kip, Simon, Xero, Sneegov, or Shamoth. That is the same guy. Max and Overflow. I think that's the picking order. We'll have to see. I'm not 100% sure. And these are the available players. Of course, the Division 1 players are already gone, so they are not in this pool. They cannot be picked. But as you can see, there's plenty of good players left in this pool. There's a couple of North Americans that are very strong. Like we got Vegeta, and his ping to Europe is actually really good. Like he pings like 65, 66 to Ireland because he lives in New York. And they have a direct connection through the submarine map. And he's got really good ping. And he's a good player as well. So maybe we'll get to see the first North Americans picked in Division 2. We also have a couple of others like up-and-comers. Well, Respa, for example. A really good TDM player. But not very experienced in Quake World. But with some guidance and a team... he's someone who I believe could really make a good mark in the scene, because I think what he needs is someone to kind of guide him what to do on the different maps, like what the objectives are, right? And when you have a team that you play with all the time, that's a good opportunity for Respa, I think, and that's a setting where he can shine. We've got a couple of other really cool names, like Horatio is in the draft. He's in the pool. He can be picked. And a couple of others. We've got our favorite dope skills. Maybe not the most active player, but he's still around the scene. Of course, we got Zelon, also a very, very big name in the Quake World scene, for all the efforts that he's put into Quake World over the years. But before we begin the draft, before I say hello, actually, let me just unmute and hope that they don't say anything because I want them to hear me. But yeah, so before I say hello to the captains, sorry about that. Before I say hello to the captains, I want to make an announcement, because this season in GetQuad5 is a little bit different from the other seasons. So you guys remember on Sunday, I announced a $3,000 prize pool for this tournament. And that was all divided in Division 1. Well, let's bump that, shall we? So, this Division 2 will have a $2,000 and I believe $400 prize pool only for Division 2. And I'll also announce that Division 3 will get like $1,400 or something like that. Maybe it's 2,100 for Division 2 and 1,400 for Division 3. I think that's the way. So we've got $6,500 on the line for this tournament. And it's not only Division 1, which is something that I think is really awesome. So the breakdown is 3K for Division 1, 2.1 for Division 2, and 1.4K for Division 3. That's pretty crazy. So even if you get picked in Division 3, you have a chance to win $1,400, which is pretty good for playing in Division 3. And if you are one of the players who were disappointed that you were not picked up in Division 1, well, you still have $2,100 to play for in Division 2. So if you dropped out, well, you know, gotta suck to be you. But yeah, so that's pretty exciting. Total prize pool is about 6.5K, which is probably up there with the highest or the biggest prize pools that we've had in recent years, not counting QuakeCon, of course. Apart from that, it's absolutely up there. It's a bigger prize pool than the 2-on-2 Masters, and it's a bigger prize pool than QuakeCon at home. It's a bigger prize pool than any of the SD Cups. So I think that's pretty amazing. And I mean, especially the fact that it's not only for Division 1. So even if you're in Division 2 or even Division 3, I mean, normally Division 3 is for the people learning the game. But even if you're learning the game, you can now win 1.4k US dollars, which is pretty amazing if you ask me. So thank you to the people donating to that end. They, yeah, I think it's amazing. Where do I sign up? Zorak says, yeah, I'm sorry, man. Should have thought of that sooner. But yeah, so that's where we're at. 6.5k, 3,000 for Division 1, 2.1 for Division 2, and 1.4 to Division 3. Pretty amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to this season. So that was the big announcement. But now let's actually start focusing on the draft itself. And I mean, I've already introduced the captains to you. They haven't gotten to speak yet, but I guess we'll do that with the first pick just to move things along. So let's start with saying hello to Mr. Link. And what I want from you, first I want to say hello, Link, and also I want to hear your comment on the announcement about the prize pool, and of course also I want to know your first pick. Yeah, it's perfect. Oh shit, sorry. Now your voice is fine. Sorry. Mixer boards things. Yeah.
Did you hear everything I said? Or?
No, well, I heard everything, but the stream couldn't hear you. Sorry. Now they can though.
I can do it again.
Yeah, do it.
Hello, Andeh. Thanks for doing this. This was great, as usual. Yeah, the prize money. I thought it was only going to be D1, so it's great. It's both divs actually. It's really nice for the community. Also, the Division 3, the low tier players gets to play for something. It's real cool. I think it's a nice motivation for everybody. So great for whoever who gave the prize money. So cheers.
Yeah, massive shout out to the donors for
yes,
for all the money.
And so with that information,
yeah, now you really want to win Division 2 and Division 3, and I think it's an amazing incentive for all the Division 3 players to keep playing and keep trying to get better, because now it actually matters.
Yeah. This is funny because I put pressure on myself, because the 2 times I picked, I won both times. So now I finally pick first. So
yeah.
How can I not win now? You know, it's crazy. You can't say that, because this is a real tough division. So, but it's probably gonna suck when I pick first and I don't win, right? So, I was an original captain, but because the 2 guys who dropped out, Santum picked me, so I said yes.
Yep.
That's why I'm here. So with that new information, I have to make a little change in my first pick.
That's fine.
So I will pick Baresi.
Oh, we're going staying Norwegian, and
no, he's not. That fucker is not playing, is he? I was just kidding with you.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was looking for him, and I was like, wait, he's not even in the tournament, bro.
Yeah, I was just fucking with him.
I got trolled.
We have some prize money, so
I got super trolled. Yeah.
Sorry. Well, I'm gonna keep it Norwegian. Everybody knows what pick I am gonna make, so. It's the chosen one, of course.
TCO.
Yeah, and I pick him because I need a skilled guy who, with team chemistry, and that's why I used the flag for this first pick.
Yeah,
and he's also high up on the list on the best players here. I mean, when I played with him in GetQuad5, he just needed a couple of hours, and he was a beast again. So I think I'll do the same this time.
Yeah, I think that's a very solid first pick. You stay Norwegian. It's not Barisi, you trolled me, but it's going to be TCO instead. Thank you very much, Link. I'll get back to you later.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
All right. Well, thank you, Link, for trolling the shit out of me. God damn it, Barisi, somewhere in my head it just made sense that you were signed up, because you usually sign up for these things. You were in the Kenya or in the free for all thing, and in combat and everything, but no. Well, there you go. Let's move on anyways, and we forget all about that. Let's move on to Mr. Kip. We go all the way over to Finland. How you doing, brother? Have you made any changes to your list now that you know that there's a big prize money pool?
Well, hello everybody, and thanks for having me. Yeah, I talked about with Link yesterday and about the pickups, and I was wondering too, what the fuck, Barasi, really?
Yeah,
He's not in the list, but I have made a list a bit together. The main captain Nigve, but I'm still sticking with my original plan. So this guy is really active, always smiling, and as we've seen, like at least myself noticed, like within last 2 or maybe 3 years, a lot of good players coming up from this country. As we've seen, they have picked up really good for Division 1. And I'm not talking anybody else than Mr. Goniak from Poland. Please.
Mr. Goniak. Okay, so a Polish player. I also like the fact that you gave me a very good explanation as well as to why you picked him. And I agree. I mean, he could as well have been in Division 1, like many of the remaining players. I think that's a very, very solid pickup. And also, I want to emphasize what you said, that you've taken help from the rest of your squad, and that's exactly what we want. We want Division 1, 2, and 3 to help each other, and yeah, I think that's a very smart thing to do, and obviously it's a very good first pick. Thank you very much, Kip. I'll get back to you in a bit.
Thanks.
Let's move on to Poland this time, and we go to Salmon, and well, one Polish player has already been picked. Hello, Salmon, and please let me know who you pick and why.
Hello, Andeh. Hello, everyone. I wanted to pick Gonitz.
Yeah.
Now it's tough for me.
I figured.
Since I cannot pick Billy because he was stolen to Division 1.
True.
So, oh my god, it's really tough thing right now. Let me take a look at my list. And I think I will take Spliff.
Spliff, all right. So,
yep.
Going all the way to, I think he's Irish, I do believe. And he's been very solid. I've been watching him play 4-on-4s lately, and he's playing really well. So I think that's a very good pick. Thank you very much, Salmon.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll get back to you later. All right, so now this is going to be the pick of Xero. Xero couldn't join us, but his teammate in Division 1, Racket, is here to cover up for him. So, Mr. Racket, please let me know Xero's pick. And I guess there's no explanation to it. Just let me know the pick.
Yeah, it's Conan.
Oh, okay. So Xero is gonna stay in Sweden. I don't think I suspect that Xero didn't give you any explanations for them.
No.
So, all right. Well, thank you very much, Racket. That was short and quick. All right. Let's see if Shamoth. He's muted, so I think that he's watching the stream. If he can type somewhere, I have no idea. That's a good pick by Xero. Conan he's also one of the really good players who's been playing a lot lately. I see him on the servers almost every day, so I think that's a very solid pickup. Let's see what happened with Shamoth. He's not on voice. I wonder if he's here, if he hears the stream, or if he's watching it. Oh, I'm tagged on Discord somewhere. Let's see if that makes it. Okay, he's typing and he says that he really doesn't know. Well, that's not exactly what we need to hear from him. Let's give him a second. Oh my god. Well, okay. He's made a choice, I think. All right. He's gonna pick Mr. Zelon from Denmark. Of course, one of the best known personalities in the scene for everything he's done the last 20 years. Or maybe even longer than that. He's always been an admin in pretty much everything going on in Quake World, ranging at least since I began playing this game, and that was a very, very long time ago. So, not the most active player, but definitely one of those guys who's always been around. So it's not like he doesn't know Quake World, but I guess Shamoth is gonna have to try to get Zelon into shape. I'm sure it's possible, so why not? All right, thank you very much, Shamoth, or Snigov. Let's move on to another Polish player, Max. How you doing?
Hello, everyone. I'm fine, thank you, Andeh.
Yeah, welcome. One Polish player has been picked in Goniec. I'm sure that you wanted to pick him as well if he was still available, but Kip was smart and stole that pick. So who do you want to pick and why?
No matter of fact, I'm glad that it went this way. And the guy I'm gonna pick is Nightmare.
Ooh.
From Portugal. I seen him playing a few times, and he's really good. And I think we'll make a good match together.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were sleeping on Nightmare because Nightmare, of course, is one of these really strong players from Portugal. He lives outside the coast even. I think he lives on an island. But really good players. We've seen him before in the DM6 tournaments and the dual tournaments, and he's always very strong there. And if you practice, of course, you can translate 4-on-4 skill into dual skill into 4-on-4. So that's a very good pick. Thank you very much, Max. Let's move on to Mr. Overflow.
Hello.
Yo. So who do you want to pick and why?
So it's a really hard choice. There's a lot of solid players as well. But my first pick will be Aikuren. I played with him a few times. He's a good player, well-rounded, and yes, I go for him.
All right. Yeah. If you read it backwards, it says rookie, but he's not much of a rookie anymore. I don't think he's pretty good. So I think that's a solid pick. Thank you very much, Overflow. And that concludes round number 1 in this Division 2 draft. If you're just tuning in, we've upped the prize pool, so it's now $6,500 across the board. 3K for Division 1, 2.1K for Division 2, and 1.4K for Division 3, which is pretty crazy. That's amazing. You can win a lot of money even if you play Division 3. All right, let's move on to round number 2. And we go back to Link again, and there are plenty of Norwegians left. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6 Norwegians left in the draft. Now, Link, do you want to stay in Norway or do you want to go elsewhere?
Well, we've done this before, and haven't we? So, again, I get my 2 first picks, so... But I guess that's the way it goes. Of course, I have to take a player that's just as good as the chosen one, and that's Effie.
Oh, you're going Effie. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
He played versus Slacker in the 90s, so...
True.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he played in the Axemen, didn't he?
Yeah, he played in Lithium as well.
Oh, yeah, Lithium,
yeah. So, but these guys are... Okay, they're Norwegian, and that's cool, but they are solid with routine on TB3, so I wouldn't have picked Effie if it was Kenya maps, but this he knows, so...
Yeah, he does.
I have to go with the flag when I get these options.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're keeping it Norwegian. That could also help with, communication during games as well.
Of course, that's one of the main reasons.
Yeah, so that it's not always a bad choice. Even like sometimes you can even pick like a slightly lesser player, but because you can keep the communication in Norwegian, it makes it even easier. So
yeah, that's what makes this draft so tough, because you can do that or you can go with pure skill or whatever, but there's so many options. And before I started this draft, I had to see how the draft picks went out, and that's gonna decide very much which path you take in that sense. So thanks.
All right, thank you very much, Link. He's sticking to the Norwegians, and I think his team is already looking pretty good. For those of you who don't know, TCO and FE are both old players and were very good at the point in time, and they can absolutely be good now too. So excellent picks from Link, if you ask me. But there are a lot of really good players in this pool. I've already glanced over a couple that I would probably have picked already. So we'll have to see what happens. Let's move on to Kip. We're back in Finland. You've already picked Goniec from Poland. Let me know who you want to pick and why.
Well, this is getting rather hard since people spamming on the Discord and hey, what about this and that and those, and like it's really getting hard from second to another. But this guy has shown a really good activity for me, like the past few weeks. And I have been playing quite a lot from the past. And this guy introduced himself really good. Was it earlier today or yesterday? I know there might be some lag issues from time to time, but still activity is the most key thing for me. It's the most important.
True.
And I'm going to pick Flamer.
Yep. So Flamer announced earlier today, for context, that he can play pretty much every day, but at set times, and he's moved away from the big cities and does no longer have a fiber connection, which of course could be a little bit laggy sometimes. But he also said that as long as you guys know that, he's willing to play, and that's awesome. And Flamer is a very good player, so that's a strong pick if you ask me, Kip. So well done to you and your team, and I like the fact that you're helping each other. I like that. That's the way it should be. So thank you very much, Kip. Let's move on to Mr. Salmon. You've already picked Spliff.
Hello again.
Yeah, who do you want to pick next, and why?
Again, keep stalling my pick.
That's the way it goes.
I think I will pick Thunder.
Ooh.
I know that guy. We play together a lot, and he's a really good player. He likes duels, but I think he improved a lot with Tax team in 4-4, and I think he will be a good pick for us.
Yeah. I know he's very annoying in duels, so that I think
he is.
I think that's a very good pick, and also picking a fellow countryman, someone who you know, and that's something that is very important sometimes. Just the fact that you've played with someone before and you know the guy, that's gonna make things easier. So thank you very much, Salmon. Good pick. And we're going back to Racket/Xero and his team. You've already picked Conan. Who's next?
I'm picking Tumult, and I pick him because he's Swedish.
All right. So we can see two teams that are kind of sticking to their roots. We've got the Xero team with Xero, Conan, and Tumult. And then we've got Link, the Chosen One, and Effie on the other side of the spectrum. And yeah. All right. One full Norwegian team and one full Swedish team thus far. Now we try to move over to Mr. Shamuth again, or Sneegom, and let's see if he can make a pick this time. It's kind of difficult because he's muted on Discord, so I kind of have to wait for him to hear me on the stream, I think, before he can make a choice. He's already picked Zelon, which is a little bit of a questionable pick, if you ask me. He's a very known player, but maybe not the most active, so let's see if he can make up for that with a very, very strong and active pick now. Who knows? I'll just keep talking until he says something. So he said, All right, he wants to pick a German next. It's going to be Knasty. going the way of Shamoth and Zelon. Interesting picks from Shamoth. I mean, nothing wrong with it. So best of luck to that team. As we move on to Max, you've already got the Portuguese Nightmare. Who do you want to pick next?
This time I'm gonna go with Finnish Paniagua.
Paniagua.
Paniagua? Yeah, Paniagua, sorry.
Yeah, another one of the active players, of course. What do you have any particular reason as to why you pick him?
Yeah, that's the biggest reason, because he's I think one of the most active now.
Yeah.
People in Quake. I seen that last month he played over 74-4 games, so that's a lot.
Yeah. Of course, our Paniagua, he's been around for a long time, always active in the 4-on-4 scene. Thank you very much, Max. Let's move on to Overflow again. You've already picked Rookie. Who do you want to pick next?
So my second pick is going to be a player that I played a lot in the past. He's also from Brazil, but living in US at the moment. Is Vegeta.
Ooh, so there you go. The first North American pick. Of course, Vegeta is, like you said, Brazilian, but he's been living in the US for a while. He lives in New York and has very good ping to Europe. So that's a very solid pick. I like it, and I like the fact that people don't just stick to Europe, and that's something that I really appreciate. Thank you very much, Overflow. And that is it for round number 2. We're about to start round number 3, and we're gonna go back to Overflow. He has another pick because he's first in line now. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, the prize pool has been upped. 6.5k is on the line across the 3 divisions. This is the Division 2 draft. We still have the Division 3 one to go. I'm not sure when that is going to be, and I'm not sure if it's going to be on my channel or done offline. We'll have to see, but with the addition of this huge prize pool, even for Division 3, I think I want to do it on my stream, so if possible, I will try to do that. So we now have 2 picks remaining. They're going to close out their Division 2 teams with the very last pick. And we reverse the order of picks now. So Overflow is going to be first, then Max, then Shamoth, then Xero, then Simon, and then Kip and Link. But after that, they're going to do one more pick, which is going to be the Division 3 captain. So they still have 2 more picks to go. But first, we have to close out their teams in Division 2. So let's start, continue with Mr. Overflow. You have one more pick for your Division 2 team. Who do you want to pick?
That's a hard choice. I even have to do a quick session of meditation here to align my chakras and my thoughts. But my last pick, it's gonna be Pre-Mortem.
Pre-Mortem, where are you, Mr. Pre-Mortem, Mr. Norway? I'm blind. There you go. There you go. All right, so you now have Rookie, Vegeta, and Pre-Mortem. How do you feel about your team?
Good. I think we have all around solid players. Some of them I played quite a lot in mixes, some not. And I know Vegeta really well, so I also have high trust on him. Yeah. I'm also from Brazil. We played a lot together in the past.
Yeah.
He's also a veteran, have been playing since a long time. And yes, I'm happy with the team. I think we're going to be able to put a nice fight against the other teams.
I think that's an amazing way to close out your Division 2 team. Was there any picks that were stolen from you that you wanted to pick, or did you get the team that you wanted?
No, Salmon stole Spliff from me. I have seen he play, and he's a quite solid player as well. So yeah. I had him on my list. But that's the game, isn't it?
All right. Well, congratulations on your team. I think it looks very interesting. Rookie, Vegeta, of course, your fellow Brazilian, playing out of New York, and then Pre-Mortem. I think it's a solid team. Thank you very much. We'll get back to you for the Division 3 captain pick after this. Thank you, Overflow. Let's move on to Max. It's time for you to close out your team as well. Your last pick for the Division 2 team. Who do you want to pick and why?
So my last pick is gonna be a Swedish guy. It's gonna be Skurk.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the person who Xero would like to pick, so I'm gonna mess around a little bit.
True. Yeah,
So, yeah.
Stealing it from Xero's team, who might have picked him. Of course, Skurk is a good player as well. So Max, you now have Nightmare, Paniagua, and you've got Skurk on your team. How do you feel about your team? And was there any picks that curveballs that were thrown at you so that you missed a player that you really wanted, or are you happy with your team, or was this what you were aiming for?
Actually, I'm really happy with my team. Those three prizes were from my list in the top 7. So.
Oh, that's perfect. Nice.
It's nice.
All right. Thank you very much, Max. We'll get back to you for the Division 3 captain pick. But for now, let's move on to Shamoth, as he needs to close out his team as well. Once again, we're going to wait for him to listen in on the stream. He's already made his pick. Never mind. He's super fast here, and he's going to pick Girl. So he's going to go with a fellow Polish player, becoming the last pick of his team. Now, on his team, they've got Sneagle, they've got Girl, Knasty, and Zelon. That's an interesting mix of players that I didn't expect when I did a mock draft myself. That's not what I expected, but it's going to be interesting to see what they can do this season. And with that said, we're going to move over to Xero's team and Mr. Racket. You've already got Conan and Tumult. Who's it going to be?
I'm going to pick El Gaupo.
So you're going to stay Swedish at least.
Yeah. We have some history together. We used to play in the same clan many years ago, and I really like that guy.
All right. Well, I mean, that's a good explanation. And also, you kept it Swedish, so that communication is going to be simple and easy.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Racket. Let's move on to Simon. You have one more pick in your team.
Yeah, and finally, I will be able to pick the guy who I wanted to pick in the 3rd round.
All right.
So it will be Polish guy, Paul.
Paul. All right. So you're kind of staying in Poland apart from the spliff pick.
You know, this time I decided to pick the guys I know I played with before, and this is main reason of my picks. So Paul is really good, 4-4 player. I played with him in a team in a Polish draft.
Yeah.
And I consider him as a better player than me. So this is my 3rd pick.
There you go. And I like it. You got 3 Polish players, and you've got Spliff, who's very active and a good player. And I mean, I think it's good to go with the comfort picks of people that you know and you've played with before, because let's not forget there's money on the line here. So you really want to win. So I think it's a very good pick. Thank you very much, Salmon.
Thank you.
Let's move on to Kip. You have one more pick. You already have the Polish player Goniec. You've got Flamer. Who do you want to pick?
It's so damn hard. It's so damn hard. Like, every single one of them is already gone. So
True.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that Primortem going to Link's, like Link's dream team, but unfortunately it's not gonna happen, it seems so.
I think Link would have picked Primortem if Overflow didn't steal him.
No.
I think so, but yep, Link is not gonna get Primortem this time. But who do you want, Kip?
He's a very good friend of mine. We've been talking quite a lot the last couple of years. We have seen each other once in QHLN in Stockholm, and he's a really solid player, been a little bit inactive lately, but it's time to gear up again and go for it. So I'm taking my man straight from Germany, Dope Skills. Welcome.
Oh, hell yeah, I like it. Where do we have him? There you go, Mr. EB or Dope Skills. That's a great pick. And yeah, he was a soldier at QHLAN. He was doing a lot of work and helping us. So What do you feel about your chances and your team, Kip? You have Gonyets, Flamer, and Dope Skills. How do you feel comparing yourself, your own team, to the other teams?
I think we are pretty solid. We are aiming for nice tracks, and I think we have a good shot to take first place.
Yeah, I think you picked active players as well. Gonyets is super active. Yourself, you're active. Flamer said that he can be active. And of course, Dope Skills, while he doesn't play super much or often, he's almost always around. Like, if you need EB, he's always there if you need a hand. So I think he can convert that into playing Quake World as well. So I think you have a very active team. So that also goes out to the other teams. Make sure to, like, if you want a prac, you can always hit up Kip, I believe. Is there?
Yeah. That's just what I said earlier, that I'm looking more activity than anything. Like, individual skill isn't that important when you have active squad. You can help each other. You can get better together. And that's the main key for success, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I love that. I think that's a recipe for success. So, all right. Thank you very much, Kip. Awesome picking.
Yeah, thank you.
Link. Pre-mortem was stolen from you.
Yeah, Norway is crying. Thanks to Overflow. It's going to be payback time on the Quake field.
There are still a couple of Norwegians, but of course, picking like a Danish or a Swedish player is of course not, that's not going to break communication.
I know, but I was hoping for that. Not only because of, I think the team is good, but all these guys, we have been playing since the 90s, late 90s together and against each other, so we know each other in real life as well. So it would be awesome, of course, but Premortem is a good player, and he was one of the best players in Div 2 last season, so he made a name for himself. So
I mean, congratulations to Overflow.
I wish him good luck with this team. I hope it does well. So
yeah,
a little bit sad, but having said that, when I see that Dope Skills in Nidware are not taken yet, it's kind of funny. And Drake, Norwegian friend, welcome to the team.
Drake.
That's Nidware.
I
can't believe I got him as fourth pick. That's just
true,
Christmas.
But that also
Santom's Christmas. That's all I can say.
So Mr. Nidware gets picked and will be on the team with Link, the chosen one, and Effie. How do you feel about your team, Link, and your chances in this season?
That's 100% team play right there. So watch out.
All right. I like that. So congratulations to Nidware for making the very, very last pick in the Division 2 of GetQuad5. We still have one more round, but I want to recap a little bit. So Link, of course, picked the chosen one. He was draft pick number 1 in Division 2. So congrats to TCO for that. And then we saw Gonyets, Spliff, Conan, Zelon going really high, Nightmare, and Rookie. And that was round number 1, and then we saw Link pick Effie. We had Flamer, Thunder, Tumult, Knasty, Paniagua, and Vegeta. And you're breathing in the mic, Link.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute myself.
No worries.
I got so excited about my last pick, sorry.
I like it. But yeah, so Link's team, the chosen one, Effie and Nidware. We have Kip, Gonyas, Flamer, and Dope Skills. I like that team. The activity Kip was talking about, I like that. And yeah, Dope Skills doesn't play Quake World very often, but he's always, or it feels like he's very often available. So that can translate into playing time as well. We had the kind of Polish team plus Spliff with Saman, Thunder, Pool, and Spliff. Then we got the all Swedish team, the only team that remained one nationality, because Premortem was picked, so Link couldn't pick him, and he went Nidware, which I mean that's Norway, but at least on the flags on the board here. We have Zero, Conan, Tumult, and El Guapo. all Swedish team. And then we got Shamoth, Zelon, Knasty, and Girl. That's an interesting team. I mean, if Shamoth can get them active and getting a lot of pracs, maybe. But I do see some weaknesses on that team. Then we have Max, Nightmare, Paniagua, and Skirk. That's another one that I think looks very strong. Nightmare should not be underestimated. He's such a strong all-around Quake World player. Not known for his 4-on-4 though. He does make mistakes, but on a team, when you get together on a team and you practice with the same people every single game, if you can, those flaws can kind of go away. Like, that is something that you see all the time, both in draft teams and in previous years. You saw it in clan play or team play. Players with flaws get better when they get used to the people that they're playing with, and that's just super important. So someone who is as good as Nightmare is in the other game modes, especially duel, can definitely be a very good 4-on-4 player with a little bit of guidance and good team play with his team. And then of course we have Overflow, Rookie, Vegeta, Premortem. I like that team as well. A lot of strong players, and I think just good picking from Overflow, and also a very good steal on Premortem. And of course he also brought to us the first North American pick, which I think is amazing. So congratulations to Vegeta there for making the team. All right, but we still have one more pick to do and get through, and that is going to be the Division 3 captains. So the Division 2 captains will pick the Division 3 captains before, and then we'll have the Division 3 draft another day. So let's go back to Mr. Overflow. And so I'm sure you know how this works. This is how you were picked by the Division 1 captain. I want you to pick who you want representing your team and your squad, your Division 1 and 2 squad in Division 3. So please tell me who you want to lead that team. And if you want, you can also tell me why.
All right, so I will pick RGHST.
All right, Mr. Heinz.
Yes, and the reason for it's because, yes, I also played with him. He seems like a cool guy, good communication, and an all-around player. And I think he can represent and lead the Division 3 team well.
Okay. I love the great explanation, and I agree. He's also active. People, I think the majority of players actually get like one DM almost every night, which is Heinz or RGHST with sending you a DM saying hi Mix, and then gives you an IP. I get spammed every single night with that, and I mean that only goes to show that it's a very active player, right? So good pick from Overflow, and that's gonna be the Division 3 captain, and he will be making picks at a later date for his Division 3 team. Let's go to Max. Same thing for you. Who do you want representing your Division 2 and Division 1 team in Division 3?
Well, I was about to go with Rax, but as he's not available anymore, I will go with Rotker.
All right. So a Polish player. I have to say I don't know very much about him personally. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about Rotker.
Actually, neither do I.
Okay, but he's Polish. So
he's Polish, and I feel a good vibe with him. So I'm gonna go with Rotker.
Okay, well, that's gonna be the Division 3 captain for your squad. Thank you very much, Max. Shamoth. Now we get to you, and you're gonna have to type on the Discord who you want to captain your squad in Division 3. And yeah, I'm gonna have to once again just wait for him to make a pick on Discord. He's picked a team for Division 2, and now we get to see. Okay, let me think a while. He says, I mean, I can kill some time. Why not? So when I do these drafts, I big part of the scene I already know because I've been spectating the game and playing the game for such a long time. So I have an idea of every single player most of the time. And then sometimes, especially when you get down to Division 3 and perhaps new players, or maybe not super active players, then that's the times when I don't know, and it's my job to know, right? But even I don't. So in the case of Rotger, for example, I don't know too much about the player, and so I can't really say or make a decision myself whether I like it or not. But he's Polish, and we trust Max in this. All right, so Shamoth has made a decision. He's going to go with the Swedish player NCR to captain his Division 3 squad. And yeah, I think a lot of people have been sleeping on NCR as well. It's a good old player. And I think captaincy in Division 3 could fit him well. I definitely do. I just hope that he engages well with it and is active as a captain. When it comes to captaincy, you kind of want the player to be active and kind of take that role, right? And try to do his team, well, and not be inactive or anything. And that's important, and something that is like why I really like the Heinz pick, because he's super active. So that's important, at least if you ask me, in a captain. I think that's an important trait for captaincy. All right, let's move on to Xero's team, as also known as Racket, of course. Who do you guys want in Division 3 to captain your squad?
We're gonna pick Djävulsk.
Ooh, okay, so you're going with the old Oblivion member.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a story to this. The Oblivion guys actually came back for this season and kind of asked if they could play as a team in Division 3, or that's kind of the idea of it, but we couldn't do that because that wouldn't be fair. But they signed up for the tournament. A couple of them had to pull out because they couldn't commit to the game. But Djävulsk remains in the pool, and it's cool to see him play. It's cool to see the old guys play. So that good pick from the Swedes, and that's a very, very Swedish squad now, even starting Swedish in Division 3. All right, let's go to the Polish players. Zemon, who do you want to captain your squad in Division 3 and represent the rest of you guys?
Yeah, I think I will take Okoini.
Ooh, all right. Okoini gets to captain a team. That's cool. Always very active. Any other reason? But I mean, active players is nice, I guess.
Yeah, this is the main reason, that he's active and he's a nice guy. I played with him a bit, and really, really good guy. So I think he will be good captain for the Division 3. Especially he knows a lot of players, and he had good, stuff about, Excel files about all players.
Yeah.
I think he will be good captain.
Also doing a little well, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, that's a good pick because of knowledge about other players. And also Okoini has been doing a lot of administrative work, so a lot of like being admin in leagues and so on. Knows a lot about the scene, so that's a good pick. I like it. Thank you very much, Salmon.
Yeah, thank you.
Kip, my Finnish friend, it's time for you to pick a Division 3 captain to represent your squad as well as the Division 1 squad. Who do you pick?
This guy is probably the biggest rivalry when it comes to 4-on-4 team play of all time. Like all time during my QuakeWorld history.
Okay.
We have been seeing each other many times in semifinals and finals back from European Quake League and so on. Maybe Nations Quake Rank, I'm not sure. But this guy got guts to handle the team very well. He knows how to run it. He has a really nice person, and I'm really happy to see him back. He's been away for some time, but it's nobody else than Mr. Horatio from Sweden.
Oh, Horatio.
And the team that I was talking about was, of course, the legendary Chosen.
Yep, the Chosen team have been around forever. And I agree, that's a good pick. And like you said, he also has the balls to really rule with an iron fist when it comes to his team. So I think that's a perfect player for a captain role, especially. So I like that pick.
Indeed.
All right, thank you very much, Kippo. And good luck with your team. And of course, to Horatio. We have one more pick to get through, and that is gonna be Link. You've made your choice for Division 2, but who do you want representing the Division 3?
Well, I'm conflicted because I want to pick somebody that I guess a lot of Norwegians know who's gonna be, but there's some really good players left here, but they're gonna be in Division 3 anyway. So, I was like thinking maybe Horatio also, the good old Swedes. But I have to go with my heart. So it's gonna be Timmy.
Timmy, so you stay in Norway for that as well. Yeah. So, fun fact, actually, you have a very Norwegian squad. And Xero, of course, has an all-Swedish Division 2. He's got a Swedish Division 3 captain. And I think Deke is the only non-Swede on the main squad as well that Racket picked. So
yeah, I'm not sure that Primorten would have survived all the picks anyway. I was hoping for it, but yeah. Because, Timmy, Primorten, the Chosen One, and me, we all played in the same clan also.
Yeah.
And we also had some playing time with Effie. So, well, Timmy gets the captain job, and if he has trouble with the ranking list, I will help him. So, should be nice. There are a lot of Norwegians left also, so...
Yeah, and I do want to remind all of the Division 3 captains, so if you're watching the stream and you got picked as the captain of Division 3, don't be afraid to ask for help from the rest of your big squad, because the Division 2 and the Division 1 guys will probably want to help you if you guys want it. So abuse them, use the team, and ask for help if you're unsure about the remaining players. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you very much to Link, Kip, Salmon, Racket /Xero, Shamuth, Max, and Overflow. Thank you for an amazing time, guys, and good luck in the tournament.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's swap screens. Let's have one last look at what this looks like. Link, the Chosen One, Effie, Nidware in Division 2 for Link's team. We've got Kip, Gonyets, Flamer, and Dope Skills. Mr. EB, I like that team. Salmon, Spliff, Thunder, and Pole. I do suspect that I think that team can be extremely strong. They have 3 Polish players, they know each other, and then you add Spliff, who's just an overall very strong player, especially in Div 2. Like, Spliff is doing really well for himself in Division 1 mixes, right? So when the opponents are all Division 2, I think Spliff can really shine. I think he can be one of the strongest players to look out for in this entire Division 2. Then you got Xero, Conan, Tumult, and El Guapo. That's a scary team to me as well. You got Xero, and you've got Tumult and Conan. Those 3, of course, all strong and all active. And then you got El Guapo, who, I mean, yeah, look out for that team. You got Shamuth, Zelon, Knasty, and Girl. Little bit of an underdog, if you ask me. But you never know. I mean, maybe they can come together as a team and do really well. Who knows? I'm happy to see Zelon in Division 2. I think that's cool. And Shamuth with the kind of comfort pick of Girl, another Polish player, and I think that's cool as well. And Knasty and Zelon, maybe an underdog in the division, but you never know. I mean, good luck to them. Then you got Max, Nightmare, Paniagua, and Skirk. That is also one of the teams that I would look out for. Max and Nightmare can definitely... I don't want to say too much about Nightmare, but like if he gets going in 4-on-4, it's one of those like Lochtar situations, right? Where Lochtar used to be a very good... I mean, he's still a very good duel player, but yeah, not very known for his 4-on-4. But when he played, he would be this wild card. He could run away with a game and kind of win it on his own. But he could also fall off and get lost in SNG on DM3 and never get out of there, like kind of stay there for the rest of the game. That's the kind of thing that could happen. So I feel like Nightmare can also be that kind of wild card. He could pop off on some of the maps and maybe disappear a little bit on the others. But when you play with a team and if they get a lot of pracs, and you know that Paniagua and Skirk are both very active, and so is Max, so I would imagine that they can get a lot of pracs, then you could get Nightmare to get used to it and play well. And then you got the team that maybe is my favorite actually, Overflow, Rookie, Vegeta, and Primortem. It's a cool mix of players, 2 Brazilians in Vegeta and Overflow. Neither of them have a Brazilian flag here because they don't live in Brazil, but they are both Brazilian. Then you got Rookie and Primortem, so 2 Scandinavians on top of that, and I think that's an interesting team and kind of like a low-tier favorite for me. Maybe not to win it all, but to watch. I definitely want to do some casting for games of theirs. And then you got the Division 3 captains. They will have a draft probably later in the week or towards the weekend. It's going to be Timmy for Link's team, Horatio for Kip's team, Okoini for Salmon's team, Javelsk for Xero's team, NCR for Shamuth team, Rotker, and RGHST or Heinz. And those are your teams.